Okay, so you're probably thinking, how much does a kitchen actually cost? If you're new here, my name's Meg and I've recently been through a huge renovation project where we took a 1-bed bungalow to a 4-bed bungalow, practically doubling its footprint. If you're interested in watching how that went, then go and watch the bungalow renovation playlist on my channel. But in today's video, I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into how much a kitchen actually costs, because it was a cost that we were quite shocked at when we got into it. We knew already that the kitchen was going to cost us a lot of money, but I think, yeah, we were a little bit surprised that it cost us that much money. So yeah, it's good to kind of get a feel for how other people's kitchens cost so that you can budget it into your budget as well. So we went with Wren Kitchens and Gemini Worktops for the kitchen. So they were 2 separate invoices. So I will run through the costs for you now. Okay, so I'm going to dive straight into the computer so that you can actually see our actual contract pack with Wren. And I won't run you through like each base unit, but it's categorized them all together. So for just the base units with Wren Kitchens, this cost us £3,325.56. That does seem quite a lot, but we do have the kitchen islands here as well, and we've got a utility room. So now I can go on to the tower units, which are these. So we obviously have quite a lot of them, plus we've got the utility room, hidden door, tower unit that we had to pay for as well. So the full cost of all of these tower units came to £4,120.97. Again, so just those two basically at £7,000. The wall units, which you can't see in here because they are in the utility room, these came to £939, which, thinking about it, probably could have ditched them altogether. Although they do provide good space for laundry, detergents and things like that. So then you've got things like that they categorize as the deco accessories. So they're kind of like these end panels and the plinths and any like filler panels which are on some of the base units. And these alone came to £1,563.50. So that's quite a lot when you're thinking of a kitchen, but what you don't realise is got all these extra end panels that cost money as well. Just to say as well, that price also includes the back panel on the island, and because our island was so big, we had to buy 2 back panels, and the second panel we actually only used a slithering of, so it did feel like a little bit of waste of money. And in hindsight, I would have rather have bought maybe shiplap paneling and done it myself for a fraction of the cost. So just these little things when you're getting sucked into buying your kitchen that you could think of, actually, could I do this myself? Could I do this a little bit cheaper? Could I do it differently? Okay, sorry, I did say that the plinth was in the accessories, and it's not. So we've got the cornice at the top of the kitchen tower unit, the plinths and the palmets, and these came to £509. Worktops, so again in the utility we went for an oak worktop because we literally couldn't afford any more quartz. So we got that from Wren, and that came to £354.74, which there was a little bit left over as well. We had a big chunk left over, which we're not sure what to do with. We could make a table out of it, like a desk maybe, and we had like the cutout of the sink left over as well. So there are bits and bobs that are left over that you can either sell or do something with. So now I want to go on to some of the accessories and the appliances, and we have got the sink and the tap, which is the InSinkErator tap in brushed gold. That was £957.32, but we got a promotional price of £765. And we also bought the InSinkErator garbage disposal, which, by the way, is so worth the money. And this was, oh, I didn't realise it was that cheap, £94.50. I always thought it was about like more like the 200 mark, but I would 100% recommend one of them. We don't have to have a food bin, we don't have stinky food bins lying around, and we don't have to put that out in the bins on the weekly bin day. So I would 100% recommend one of those. Okay, so on to appliances. Some are better than others, and this first one is a total waste of money, and it makes me a little bit angry that we even bothered getting it. And this is a Viceroy under-counter wine cooler. We got it because there was a little bit of space left on the island, and we thought, oh, we could just stick a wine cooler in for our Prosecco bottles. There's not enough room in it for Prosecco bottles. You can only get wine bottles in. We never use it. It's really loud, and in an open plan dining living area, you don't really want the wine cooler on. Like I said, it is loud. We've never turned it on, purely there for resale. I'm sure someone will buy it. And that was £247.20. Okay, the next one is our Hoover integrated washing machine. This is 9 kg. And we paid £478.92 for it. Okay, so next is our Neff dishwasher. I wouldn't say this was amazing. I thought Neff would be really good. We haven't managed to set up the Home Connect, but it's okay. But on occasions, it does kind of like leave lots of residue in the dishwasher. So that one was £448. We also have the Bosch fridge freezer, which is meant to be frost free. It's so frost free that it leaks. It's full of water, and I would never ever recommend getting this fridge freezer. It is horrendous, and it's not even a year old, and we need to replace it already. And that one was £778. Okay, the next thing, which I think is well worth the money and probably my favourite on the list, Faber induction venting hob. So we don't need a huge induction vent on our island. It's really easy to clean. You can pop it in the dishwasher if it's dirty as well. It's expensive, but it's well worth the investment if you've got an island and plan on putting the hob on the island. So this came to £1,675. Next after that is our Zanussi self-cleaning oven. Haven't used a self-cleaning function because we've been using the air fryer. And this was £468. So the appliances subtotal altogether was £4,095.12. We also had to pay £99 just for the delivery guys to install, to bring stuff in. And then we've got a bunch of other accessories, which are kind of things that you don't even see. So like fit-in packs, panel edging, transparent plinth ceiling kit, the kit that comes with the worktops, the wooden worktops to oil them up, all of that type of stuff comes to £567.49. So that's stuff that you wouldn't necessarily see, and it's still coming to nearly £600. And I forgot to mention that within the base units, we do have like the pull-out bins. We've got the special doors for the dishwasher. We've got drawers included in that as well. So yeah, the base units, we do have other things in addition to just the units included in that price. So in total then, we paid a deposit of £1,798.19, nearly like a year before we actually got the kitchen, because we locked in some promotional prices. And then we had the remaining balance to pay of £15,375.80, which we put on a 0% finance plan with Ren over 5 years, and we pay £252 a month for that, which I don't think is too bad considering we use this kitchen every single day, multiple times a day. So that brings the grand total price of the Ren invoice to £17,173.99. So definitely a very, very large part of the renovation project is coming from just the kitchen, and that's without the worktops in the main part of the kitchen, which I will go through with you now from our Gemini invoice. Okay, so the worktops. We decided to go with Gemini worktops. They were a lot cheaper than the Wren Kitchens worktops. We were going to go with a local supplier who were even cheaper, but unfortunately the quartz that we wanted from them went out of stock and we could no longer get that one. So we decided to go for Gemini, which were a little bit more expensive than the local supplier, but it was still cheaper than Wren. So that's what we decided to do. So with Gemini, you can put a rough estimate into their website, and then someone will come and measure up once your units are in, and template it all up. And this is, it was after that the cost went up quite considerably, and I'll tell you why now. So for the worktop for the island, just the top part, that came to £1,143.99 for just the top slab, and it is a huge slab. And then we've got this worktop here around the sink, which came to £474.71. So that's probably one of the cheaper ones. And then the downturns on the island, they were £351.78 each. So we've got 2 of them. And then the next part then is this cladding here, which was £380.30. So in addition to just buying the materials, you need to pay for them to be beveled, you need to pay for any cutouts, any ridges in the sink, that all comes at an extra cost. So for example, our hob cutout cost £125, the sink grooves cost £250, and the undermounted sink cutout £300, and the mitre down, so when they put the island on, they have to mitre the corners so that they sit nicely together on the downturns. Just that cost 50 quid each. So this is where the delivery and installation comes to £750, and the template that they come and do beforehand costs £250. So this brings our Quartz £5,373.07. This cost went up, and I'll tell you why now. So when we put the rough estimate in, that's the estimate that we got back. So we thought that was pretty much accurate. But when they came and templated it, we realized we need an extra cut out for the incinerated garbage waste disposal. So that cost additional. And we also needed 1, 2, 3 cutouts for our plug sockets. I don't have the breakdown for this, I'm afraid, but what I do know is that cost us an extra nearly 500 quid, so that the grand total of the Gemini Worktops invoice came to £5,847. Yikes. I think it's definitely worth it because it's absolutely stunning, and it's such a robust material, and it's so easy to clean, but it is a bitter pill to swallow. Would I do it again? We wouldn't do it again. We would cut out maybe the waterfalls. We wouldn't have the waterfalls. We wouldn't have such a big island. We would definitely do this again. And we would go for maybe like less of a pattern, because you are paying for the colour inside of this. It's like a creamy quartz, not a white quartz, and you've got the gold pattern going through, which all costs more. So with those 2 combined together, our total cost for this size kitchen cost £23,020.99. So I feel like when you're going through it, you don't realise like how much it's actually costing, because you do the kitchen at one stage and then you're kind of like adding bits on, and you know, when you're in it, you're like, oh, this will only cost an extra 400 quid. Oh, we might as well do it. We might as well just do it. We've come this far. Honestly, it's not the way to be. You really need to take a step back and think, wow, did I set out to spend 23,000 on a kitchen? No, I didn't. I know it looks amazing and I don't regret it at all, because it adds so much value to the house. But next time, I think I might try a bit of a cheaper kitchen and see if I can achieve this quality with a less price. I hope that helps you with your kitchen journey. Let me know in the comments what you think of this figure being £23,000. I want you to try and guess how much you reckon the renovation cost us in total. So pop your guesses down in the comments, and I'll maybe do a whole video on how much our whole extension cost, upstairs, downstairs, the lot. So thank you so much if you've got this far in the video. Good luck with your kitchen journey, and I will see you in the next video.